Welcome back to part 3 of our conversations with women in wealth tech. What are the recommendations from each one of you for these teams that are looking for a equity partner? What should they be on the lookout for? What questions should they be asking?
There are a lot of people in this business, and there are a lot of firms that we can partner with, a lot of firms that can partner with us. So I think first and foremost is culture. Everything else, in my opinion, can be worked through. This business is about trust and respect. And if you trust and respect the partners you're partnering with, and they do what they say they're going to do, and you have proof of that, and you like the organization as a whole, and you like the services, I mean, those are all table stakes, right? I mean, we have to have good services. We have to have good people, but making sure you're culturally aligned, I think, is critical. And I think the way, if I were on the other side, merging with an organization, is the way I would look at that is, what does success look like with their other partnerships?
Yeah, I totally agree. But I would add to it that, there's a lot of dimensions. When you're looking at going to a new firm, it's important to see if that firm is independently held, if there's a private equity partner, how far in the hold period is the private equity partner based on their background and, reputation. Because if a new equity partner is coming in relatively soon, things could change a little bit. They may have new targets or new efforts that they want to see, how to create a new, different company. So I think that it's important to look at kind of all the dynamics across the board and talk to the senior management. I do think that having that, connection to be able to talk with the CEO, understand what his or her objectives are, how they see success is very, very important. Obviously, I will also just say, I think that it's important not only to find the culture fit, but also to look at where you will be served well now and also in the future. If you're moving more towards family office type opportunities, or you're moving more towards pension and foundation investments, make sure that the company you're, looking at affiliating with is going to be able to grow as you grow.
I think that culture is the hardest thing to measure, right? It's not what are your business goals. It's not, how did you guys perform? It's squishy, right? It's really hard to put your finger on culture. And I also think it's challenging, Lori, to your point. I feel like it's almost like this first few dates where you're seeing the very polished version of what they want you to see versus the core of maybe when they've had a bad day, how do they react? What does that look like? So I think it's all really important, but I do think that the culture piece, which I believe is truly probably the most important, is the hardest to measure.